Whenever your guard is getting passed and a person wants to get side control, okay, you gotta keep in mind this position here for you is what you want to protect this triangle with the elbow, knee, shoulder, and hip, okay? Also, you have a triangle, elbow, hands here, and your knees are apart, the pelvis, and you're like a triangular sphere, okay? Because these feet can actually move here, you can recover and so forth, okay? You don't want to be here, and you don't want to be here, because you have no power, nothing. You're in a fetal position, and when you're a fetus, you are definitely defensive, okay? So, the other thing you gotta keep in mind is this. This is the hand that he's gonna try to control your head with. This is the cross-face hand, okay? You need to be able to somehow control this hand right here, this arm. Otherwise, it's gonna control you, okay? Just like this hand right here is on my hip because he wants an underhook. If I don't get the underhook, he's got the underhook. If I don't control this arm's gonna control my head, okay? And the way that you control it is more so with monkey paws, okay? And hooks, not like this, because your thumbs are gonna work against you, okay? So what Master Machado did here is this, he grabbed the shoulder right about here, and it's a real good control. So as he's, this is the hip escape, but it requires you to turn away and back. What Master Machado did is the hip shoulder, look, okay? So I got shoulder, hip, shoulder, hip, shoulder. So I'm creating space, but I'm still on the same side, okay? Shoulder, and then hip, shoulder, hip. As the person is passing, you have the hand right kind of on his lat right here, and this is about on his tricep. This hand will never re-grip. You're here as he passes, okay? I'm here, make it work. He pulls him to you, to yourself. From here, I now have the power to push away. My hips go first, my shoulder, okay? Hips, now I'm covered with this hand still in the same position on the shoulder. That it helps you control the cross-face hand and the shoulder right here, okay? I'm gonna pull him. He passes, okay? And then here, hip, shoulder. Look, my leg can come through here already. Here, and this hand still stays. This hand goes underneath, okay? And this goes kind of across the jaw. But look, my hip goes across and chokes him, okay? You're gonna get right about the lat right there. This kind of grabs that tricep, and I'm gonna roll it. So as I'm here, kind of your knee will be on his hip. As he gets past that hip, I pull him to me, okay? He's gotta kind of work his way out of this, and as he pulls, I push right here. Shoulder, here. This hand still stayed, while this hand went through deep here, okay? And then from here, from down, and my hip moves across, and I pull the right against the left, and pull him to my hip, and my hip finishes the actual choke, okay? I want you to get this. The knee will be kind of right here. Your left hand will be, yes. So as he goes around, pull him to you. See how much space that was? Here. Here, here, and then here. And you finish. Okay? Makes sense? What makes this choke work? It's that you lock your elbows to your hips and you're pulling with the hips, okay? You're not choking necessarily with the arms. In the beginning, you think you are, but as your jiu-jitsu improves and you begin to understand your body mechanics, it's the hips that choke. That's why these chokes become so powerful, not the hands. The hands, yeah, the grips and all that, but it's locking them to your hip and pulling the hip across, okay? So if I'm here, okay, all right, and I go here, all right, I pull them down, okay, move my elbow across here, okay, look, I can grab that shoulder, and I lock them down to my hip here, all right, and now my hip is moving, Okay, and this is just framing. Okay, I'm pulling into the frame, but I'm not necessarily pulling here. Watch, I'm here. Well, they're here. Look, here, I lock them down with my elbows, lock to my hip, and then my hip moves across. Here, he puts his head down, I couldn't get it, move it across here. Look, here, look, as Master Machado said, right about here, and here. Okay, look, I lock it to my hip, and then my hip pulls. Okay, it's not necessarily, my elbows are by my hips, and it's always bringing your elbows to your hips. Okay, so if we're here, he starts passing. Okay, like he passes, and I block, and then I let him go, and he passes. At this moment, feet, hip. Okay. See how my hips go across so I can reach here? My hips lock. I mean, my elbows locked to my hip. Now my hip moves to the right. Using this. Hips up. Okay, I let it go just so he wouldn't tap too early. Okay, so I just want you guys now to get the mechanics of this particular choke right here. This out. For those of you with x-ray vision, come on over on this side. Look, my right hand stays up. My left hand, see how my hip goes to the left? Meaning my head goes to the left, my hip actually goes to the right. From here, wrist, and then I pull them down to my shoulder. And then my hips move across. Okay? Right hand here, left hand. My head moves. Here, one, here, to my hip. And then my hip moves across, okay? That's the palm up X choke. You're gonna go palm down. He stops it, he drops his head down and blocks it. Here, 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 and again. Right at that shoulder, everything attaches to the hip. From here, moves across. So your elbows lock to the hip. Makes sense? Let's just try the choke now from the guard. Ready? 1, 2, 3. The same thing applies from the top as it does from the bottom, okay? Look, we're here. I got a crunch. This is crunch right here. This is just relaxing because this is, you're never going to do this in actual jiu-jitsu unless you are just adamant about them passing. Hey, small humans, be quiet. All right, so you break the posture by crunching down here. Look, my right hand goes in here, left hand. Look, I'm gonna pull his head to my closest shoulder. I'll loosen it. Here, look, see how I crunch? And I drive it inside here, and then, because with the shoulder, look, how do I get his chin to come up? I can do this, okay? I can maybe do that, okay? Or I can do this, okay? So your shoulder needs to push here as your hands pull and the collar pulls. So it's doing this right here, okay? One more time, okay? Here, here. Or as Kurt did, okay? Grow his hair, Kurt. Look, right here. Look, right here. Look. Look, I pull him into my shoulder. His head's turned, even better for me. Okay? This is even a more powerful one. I like the one that comes over, okay? I grab here, he dropped his head down. You want him to get in there? Grab his head, pull it across. Look, here, here, here. And I'm gonna pull him down to my hip, but in reality, I'm thinking left shoulder, forehead. I'm here and I crunch here, look. And then I finish. Now look, I keep this grip, okay? Go here, here. Look. Look, we're here. Same thing here, look. Look here, my head's down, look. I'm here. Wrist together, and now look, my left shoulder drops on his forehead. As now, my elbows are to my hip. I'm gonna pull his shoulder blades off the mat. But I'm gonna roll my shoulder into him, really. okay? Put your head that way. Look, I'm mounted here. All right, so you guys can see. Look, I'm here, look, grip right here, and I'm just gonna drop my left shoulder on his face. And it finishes the choke, okay? I'm going for a knee slice pass, okay? Here, my right hand goes right in here. I pull here, look, I'm driving through, he's got my leg still, look. Look, my left shoulder. Okay, so it's the top shoulder, okay? Here, my right hand is in his collar, and I'm pulling here. He may trap my leg, which is fine, okay? But he'll want to be on the side, because if I'm here, look, I'll go here. And again, and my left shoulder guides to his face, okay? And my left shoulder guides to his face, okay? Because I know my head goes to the top arm right here. And in order for me to pick him up off the mat, I have to use my head as a tripod. But my knees go wide and my left shoulder drops on his face as my elbows go up to pick his shoulders up. Look, the closer my shoulder gets, the better the choke looks. Make sense? Okay, now that you guys are all experts, let's see if you can apply it in real life. Ready? 1, 2, 3.